Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Abdikeli Mafiro.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is Brand News, where we bring you the latest developments around brands, advertising, communication, and marketing in Nigeria and around the globe. Now on Brand News. The Advertisers Association of Nigeria, ADVAN, has announced plans to hold the 2022 CMO Forum to enable organizational leadership, discuss new and innovative ways to develop the marketing communication ecosystem. The forum themed The Evolving Role of the CMO is scheduled to hold on the 16th of September, 6 p.m. at the Intercontinental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. The event is strictly by invitation. The forum, which will host over 50 CEOs, CMOs, and business leaders from top organizations, local and international, will x-ray the challenges facing the industry and how industry players can mitigate them for optimal performance. As part of initiatives to mark its 10th anniversary, Nimbus Media, a leading digital out-of-home advertising agency, has announced plans to provide free visibility and networking opportunities to SMEs through its newly introduced program known as Nimbus Aid Project. This was revealed by the Chief Executive Officer Nimbus Media Olawale Adekoge during an interview with Marketing Edge on TV. According to him, the initiative is aimed at encouraging upcoming businesses that are thriving despite the ravaging economic challenges.
Nimbus Aid Project is now what we're trying to use to support small businesses, support people that are trying to make a way for themselves, that are pushing, that are doing great. So this year we're looking at pre-seed tech businesses, and we're looking at women-led businesses. So at the end of the whole thing, 10 businesses that fall under this category will each get 2 million naira worth of exposure on our network around Nigeria. And each of them are also going to get so many other opportunities also, because we've actually got some big partners on board, to push this with us.
It noted that as a consumer-centric agency, the company was specifically set up to transform and showcase other businesses in a more meaningful approach to ensure that SMEs realize their business objectives. 26 leading brands have emerged pioneer Best Value for Money brand winners at the 2022 maiden edition of the Consumer Value Awards, organized by Consumer Value Broadcasting Limited, a multi-channel consumers engagement platform. Delivering a keynote speech, Chairman Consumers Value Broadcasting Limited, Chief Adedayo Ojo, stated that the award initiative was spearheaded to celebrate brands who are delivering on their brand promise in line with consumers' rights.
Successful brands definitely deserve to be celebrated. The award rules and guidelines mirror the jury's commitment. And who is the jury? It's the consumers. So the awards rules and guidelines mirror the consumer's commitment to ensuring that all details surrounding the award process are transparent and accessible.
Some of the brands who bagged awards at the event include MTN, Non-Sunlight, and several others. Meanwhile, special recognition awards were bestowed on the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC), Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria (ALCON), National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), amongst others.
Very impressive, very well put together, and the focus of the awards are very, very apt and important, because you are more or less giving consumer feedback, and the focus on value for money is very critical.
It's all about the consumers deciding to vote. It's all about consumers making the rating. It's all about consumers saying, look, we can't continue to pay bills without enjoying service. We can't continue to buy products and the packaging is bigger than the content. We can't continue like that. It's becoming almost a daily thing where you buy a box of flakes and it's half inside it. We can't continue. So it is a season for us to wake up as consumers to demand for better service.
And the essence of awards like this is to encourage brands to understand that consumers actually vote for them based on the value that the consumers perceive they get. And so that they can work better on those brands, on the value that the consumer gets. Because it's when the consumer gets value that the consumer will continue to support the brand.
Lona Media Limited, one of the largest out-of-home agencies in Nigeria, is set to unveil what it described as the world's largest billboard. Tagged One Infinity, the structure will be unveiled on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, Lagos in October 2022. Speaking on the new offering, Chief Executive Officer, Lona Group of Companies, Idoko Kingsley, said One Infinity is set to be the largest advertising billboard in the world. What we have launched is the preparation for a debut activation in October 2022. With the new offering, One Infinity will provide exposure in strategic parts of Lagos State from the mainland to the island. The board is 38 meters by 277.6 square meters in size, which is about a 13-story building. Chief Executive Officer and Director of Brands Optimal, a leading experiential agency, Otis Ojekowa, has won the Business Excellence Award at the just concluded Voice Achievers Award 2022 in Banjul, Gambia. Commenting on the awards in an exclusive interview with Marketing Edge, the experiential marketing expert said, "Of all the acknowledgements that I have received, I can say this one is the most honorable. This award encourages us to do more as a team, to employ more people, to help people grow individually, to help people liberate their creativity, and to unlock potential in each and every one of us to be able to do way more than we're doing, first, for our respective selves, and secondly, for the business." The Voice Achievers Award is designed to mentor people to aspire for excellence in all facets of human activities. It recognizes governments, institutions, and entrepreneurs, as well as charities, social enterprises, and businesses that are making a positive social and economic impact on Africans. With Hours Brand News, next is Brandon Focus after this break.
Where is Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Glow! Where Glow now?
I dare here.
Glow, don't go village. Tell all our customer abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now he might take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, when I say if we enjoy, if we not join Glow berekete 10x, when I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits, you just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Glow, you don't win.
Una see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please save now Glow we dey fine. Now Glow we dey go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription. Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. you get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow data plan.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Brand in Focus. Nigeria's telecommunication industry has been creating some positive disruptions in the last 2 decades. While the nation has been witnessing some hiccups on the economic sector as well as requisite infrastructure in particular, the telecom sector has been changing the paradigms. As technology continues to cause even more disruptions, innovation remains the key for telcos to stay relevant and competitive. Despite business model disruption with technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, big data, and Internet of Things, Globacom, a telecom brand that entered into the Nigerian market on the wings of innovation, has been on the upswing of growth. Having commenced business 29 August 2003, Globacom Limited, which operates in 4 West African countries including Nigeria, Republic of Benin, Ghana, and Cote d'Ivoire, marked its 19th anniversary earlier this week. Specifically, Glo restated its commitment to building a robust communication and technology infrastructure that would consistently deliver value to its esteemed consumers while empowering entrepreneurs, entertainers, sportsmen, and women across Africa. Ever since it came to disrupt its sector with the famous per-second billing, the brand has never looked back. It would be recalled that the telecom company sponsored the annual Glo CAF Awards, which celebrates the best of African football for over a decade from 2005 to 2016. In addition, the brainchild of Glo, Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr., chairman of Globacom and African's business mogul extraordinaire, has empowered Nigerians and indeed Africans by not just improving their telecommunication experience, but also helping them to achieve their lofty dreams. Glo has remained a catalyst for socio-economic empowerment while constantly investing massively in new technologies to exceed customer expectations. The telecom giant has been carrying out an aggressive rollout of network equipment and upgrade of its sites to 4G Lite across the country in order to continue to offer high-speed and quality data experience to its over 56 million subscribers. According to Glo, the process covers the entire scope of telecom's infrastructure upgrade, from the core network to access network transmission and IP network, fiber network, metro access, and backbone infrastructure. It also involves rollout of new sites to increase network coverage in areas that need improvement and to also densify and ease off already congested areas. The process is designed to ultimately improve customers' network experience and satisfaction in terms of service delivery, network quality, and coverage. Globacom's massive investment in digital technology, area of value-added services, strong and unique marketing initiatives have made it the network of choice for millions of telephone users over the past 19 years. Globacom has also impacted significantly on international telecom operations with Glo Gateway, the international wholesale voice and data exchange and trading business unit of Globacom. It is the first operator in Africa to launch gateway switches outside the continent to carry international voice and data traffic. Glo One, the first private-owned submarine cable, has also addressed the bandwidth requirement of the West African sub-region and led to crashing of data tariffs among several positive and innovative landmarks. Well, that was Branding Focus. Next is Industry Conversation, where we have interactions with distinguished personalities who have made great impact in the business of brand management. But this week we have with us the principal consultant of Gotcha Communications Limited. After this break.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Where is Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Where Glow now?
Are they here?
Glow don't go village, tell all our customer abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now him I they take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, when I say if we enjoy, if we not join Glow berekete 10x, when I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits, you just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Glow, you don't win. Una see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please save now Glow with they fine. Now Glow with they go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Hello and welcome to Industry Conversation, a segment on Marketing Edge on TV where we have interactions with distinguished personalities who have made great impact in the strategic promotion and positioning of brands. Today we have with us the principal consultant of Gotcha Communications Limited, Mrs. Nsima Ogedi Alakwe. So pleased to have you with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Ms. Nsima Ogedi Alakwe is the principal consultant at Gotcha Communications Limited, a people-first technology-driven marketing communications firm. She was the country lead West Africa Unilever marketing director at Unilever. In the course of her job, 2 decades career, she has developed a reputation for being a consumer-centric brand manager who has excelled in strategic planning and implementation of brand plans to deliver optimal results. So pleased to have you again on the Industry Conversation. You're welcome.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here.
A great pleasure to have you also.
Thank you.
Tell us your assessment of the Nigerian economy, in recent times.
Interesting. The Nigerian economy, if I'm to use one word, I would say tough. If I'm to add to that word, I would say resilient. Everybody living in Nigeria will know that tough times are here. And you can see it all around us. Inflation numbers are very high, double digits. Last report was 19%. It moved up from the 17% in May. And food inflation itself is about 20%. So that tells you that every single time you're going out to buy anything, almost anything, you're sure that the prices are going up. So that tough environment, but the economy is quite resilient because in the toughness, we still managed to record some growth. 3% GDP, even though like 3 quarters or 4 quarters, the growth rate has been coming down and raising some concerns whether we're about to slip into another recession, which we don't want. So it's an interesting, tough, resilient economy, but also would have its opportunities because with every challenge would come opportunities for those that are creative, for those that are watching out for the opportunities. If you all focus on the negative, it's going to be doom, doom, doom. But if you look out for the light, like they say, at the end of the tunnel, you would find some opportunities.
So let's talk a bit about your assessment of the FMCG sector, where you played in most part of your career.
I would say the FMCG is not isolated from the Nigerian economy. The challenges facing the economy, the FMCG sector, like every other sector in the country, are facing those challenges. But again, the sector is also resilient. Fast-moving consumer goods by its nature are like the essentials that every Nigerian would need. So no matter how tough things are, and things are really tough. So we find out that consumer disposable income is shrinking by the day and is affecting the manufacturers. So FMCG, they're in a very tight situation. We have goods that consumers need, but costs are going up. They have to take prices up. But there's not every cost that you can pass on to the consumer because the consumer cannot afford it. So it is a dilemma of, I see opportunities, but I am bedeviled with costs. How do I ensure that I keep growing, keep doing my best to provide the daily needs of Nigerians? Because if FMCGs don't exist, you can imagine the plight of Nigerians could only get worse. If you look at FMCGs, and there are different levels. You've got the multinationals, you've got those that play in the SMEs, you've got even the very little ones. If you go around, you might not consider your plantain chips as FMCG, but it is. And these are cottage industries that are producing these things. One of the challenges everyone is facing is input costs are rising, starting first from energy costs. We know how, we'd have read or heard how the war in Ukraine is affecting the cost of energy globally. The challenges that we see in Nigeria is not just for Nigeria. Across the world, we are seeing inflation rising. We are seeing cost of energy going up. So that's one. And when your cost of inputs are going up, there's just so much you can pass on to the consumer. So that already your manufacturing cost is high. So that's one. The second thing is, I mentioned already, disposable income for the consumer is shrinking. Now, when the consumers don't have enough money in their pocket, then when they go to the point of purchase, they're going to be making choices because your child has to have breakfast. But now it's the decision of what do I give the child for breakfast. As a mother, as a parent, you are seeing consumers trying to balance quite a lot. I don't want to just fill the belly of the child. I'm conscious about nutrition, but I have a limited disposable income. So manufacturers are in a position where, how do I put my quality products at the point of purchase in a way that my costs are as efficient as possible so that when I'm pricing, I can still get a share of that consumer purse for me to continue operations. Because we know shutting down operation is not an option. We know the attendant effect of loss of jobs, how when people are out of jobs, more families are in trouble. It falls back to idleness, falls back to insecurity, just a cycle that doesn't help the economy. So we've got high costs, shrinking disposable income, inflation is going up. And because, again, manufacturing in Nigeria for some time now, a lot of FMCGs have been dependent on importation. You're bringing your raw materials, you're bringing your packaging materials. Even when packaging materials are made locally, the input sources are imported and they are converted here. Then there's another challenge of forex availability. We all know what the exchange rate is today. So these are some of the challenges that they're facing, coupled with infrastructure. There's a whole lot this government is doing around infrastructure, building rail, building roads, but there's still so much to be desired because when you finish manufacturing at your manufacturing hub, you're going to have to send them out across the nation or across the region. There are instances of bad roads that affect trucking, affect delays when the goods are getting arrived at the location. And when you have out of stock situation, what happens to you? What happens to your brand? There's no consumer that will get to the point of purchase. I'm looking for brand X. If brand X is not available and I need it now, I need to have a bath this morning, I'm not going to wait for the truck to arrive. So these are the things that they constantly are facing. And how are they solving this problem? I think two things I would mention: creativity and innovation has got to be key. And we are seeing many manufacturers focus more on localization, which helps in a number of ways. First is that it helps reduce our reliance on forex to bring these items in. The second is also it helps to develop our economy. We are seeing manufacturers work more with smallholder farmers. If you're using grains in your product, if you're using spices in your product, many of those things are grown locally. But because in the time past, we haven't paid more attention to localization, we haven't developed this sector. And if we develop it, agriculture would boom and would employ our young people. And if we leverage technology, because agriculture today is not just about hoe and cutlass. There's a lot of mechanization. There's a lot of technology that has come into the sector. So we are seeing more manufacturing organizations working with smallholder farmers, working with big organizations that are into agriculture to develop that sector. So we are getting grains locally, we are getting starches, cassava, cornstarch locally, we are getting even coffee. You know, there are local brands of coffee that are coming up. We are beginning to source tea locally, herbs and spices. So when we do these things, it's not at the scale that can completely replace importation, but we are on a journey. If we are consistent and the government policy is such that supports this drive that we have started, then we're going to see a situation where we get more people gainfully employed in making this input, and then manufacturers don't have to heavily depend on Forex. We can source them, and we also don't have to store for a long time. You know, when you're importing, you've got a 3 months, sometimes 6 months lead time. We can do a lot more goods, just-in-time delivery of goods that help with managing working capital and just helps to drive the costs down, and then we can add value to our value.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Well, that's how much we can take this week. Do well to join us same time next week for the second part of our conversation with the principal consultant of Godshare Communications Limited. I'm Ogalia Bikele Mafaru. Have a wonderful time.